Welcome to the Too Much Podcast.
Hair flip!
Okay, so full disclosure, we've already had a glass of champagne.
Full disclosure.
So we're on number 2.
Yeah.
What do we have right here in between us? Well, first of all, we're wearing loungewear.
We are.
We're
look for us.
We're also on a couch.
We are on a couch.
It's giving Alex Cooper.
It's giving Alex Cooper. It's giving Color Daddy. It's giving Casual Friday. And really, it's Wednesday?
I don't know what day it is.
It might not be Wednesday. Actually, I don't actually know. It's not Friday. I know
It snowed today.
It did snow today.
And you know, I didn't.
But that's all that gives us.
I didn't think we'd have 2 episodes where snow had happened in South Carolina.
True.
In South Kakalaki.
South Kakalaki, just 2 grits
Hey.
enjoying the snow.
Hey, South Carolina girls, best in the world.
Best in the world, baby. You ain't ever seen I met a girl like this.
Okay, explain what's happening here.
So we have not only bubbles, but we have caviar.
Courtesy of Rachel Wagner.
And Hayden's never had caviar.
I've never had caviar before.
So we're going to kick off the podcast by her trying caviar for the first time.
I hope I like it, and if I don't, gird your loins.
And here's the deal. That's true. We'll never hear the end of it. But then I'll have this entire tin of caviar to myself, which not mad about that.
I think Jordan left hers here too.
Sorry, Jordan.
Either that or Callie.
Oh, hate it for both you babes. Might be going home with me tonight.
Yeah, this was a baby shower hosting gift. So this past weekend we hosted a baby shower for our girlfriend Rachel and got a tin of caviar and a miniature glass of champagne or Prosecco, which I thought was so classy.
That is such a good, I feel like people should take notes on that hostess
That is
hostess gift.
Great hostess gift.
Yeah. No, I think that's huge. Well, okay, so we didn't really plan for this to happen, but I just thought of something.
Okay.
So you trying caviar is a potential canon event.
Are we about to have a canon event on our canon events episode?
I'm just saying.
It could
happen.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm just a girl, and I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm just saying. This could be a canon event.
This could be a canon event.
When was the first time you had caviar?
I was at a local restaurant named Mr. Crisp. With Clay.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Their bar. They have the most passionate bartenders, and not in like a weird way.
No,
in like a
best way. I'm sorry, I just broke.
It's the champagne, the Prosecco. Their bar is fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't like when a bartender like makes conversation with me, but I liked when the bartender at Mr. Crisp made a conversation with me.
That's the difference between me and you. I love making your friend at a bar.
I know, and you are always going to be that way.
Yeah.
When y'all went to Chili's the other night.
We were best friends with everyone there.
And it can't be me.
Yeah.
The problem is everyone wants to be my friend. Not because anything other than I like smiled at them, which I like learned I was supposed to do. They think that's an invitation.
Yeah.
And then they're talking to me and I'm sitting here going, how do I get out of this? Meanwhile,
I'll know their life story by
Enneagram 7 over here is like, let's go skydiving. And I'm
100%.
like, hello?
Except I am scared of heights.
You don't like heights. We tried to jump off a yacht, as we've all heard.
Heard. That's true. Heights really aren't my thing as I've gotten older. Is she gonna whack you?
I need to know. Morgan said we couldn't do a metal spoon, and I need to know if she's full of shit or if this is legitimate.
Go ahead and tell her, y'all. It's just one more thing that I'm going to be right about. There's nothing I love more than being right, but specifically with Hayden, there's truly nothing better in the world. But yes, we all know, really, the spoon is supposed to be mother of pearl, but we didn't have that because you're poor.
Well, you didn't ask me. I might have mother of pearl.
Well,
like a clamshell. What's mother of pearl?
Oh my god.
Can I say something to you? This is a compliment.
Clamshell.
This is a compliment. Can I say something before you go off on your bullshit?
A compliment? It's been a while since you've said something nice about me. I can't wait.
Okay, first of all, that's not true. Second of all, here we go. Morgan has been riding for me this week.
Yeah.
There have been many things that have been like, and I'm not going to talk about them because they're controversial, but there have been many things where Morgan has been like, that fucking sucked for you. And I saw it happen, and I'm going to tell you how much it sucked. And that, me being seen in that way, you're my best friend.
It's official.
Now, I will always...
We all knew it.
I will always be stressed that Allie's coming.
Well, Allie's a sister. She's my sibling.
And you know, I feel like we could get there.
We are there. No, Allie's my sibling. That's the thing. Like, whenever I talk... Like, I literally thought about this the other day. I was like... Whenever I introduce Allie, I'm like, this is Allie.
My sister.
Like, me, this is my Allie.
This is my
Allie. Like, I don't have, like, a word for her.
And that's what I'm jealous of. What did I send you the other day that was like, Who was your other friend?
Yeah, I know. And then when we were talking and someone was like telling some story, I don't remember, and we like looked at each other and we were like, no, if we tell any other story with any other person,
if I hear
we're
about
both like,
the only person I'm fine with is Allie, and it is begrudging.
No.
Like, and I
I
love Allie, like, with my whole being, but I am still so jealous of her.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't control who my cousins are, or who Morgan's cousins are.
That's true.
But if Morgan talks about a single person she hangs out without me,
literally, Hayden, like, I'll be like, oh my god, we had the best time. She's like, sounds really fucking boring to me.
Can you tell I'm super jealous?
And I'm like, and you know what? It was.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, I love it. You're my best friend too.
Wait, should we cry?
Okay.
I'm in a better mood than I was earlier. I just beat Morgan in Siamese Mahjong.
Which...
And she did that for me. Again, that's another thing she's been riding for me for.
I really have.
She came to my house. I'm grumpy. My kid has an ear infection.
And she doesn't I don't love germs either, but like, she really doesn't like germs. She doesn't like sickness. I mean, again, same.
The solace
like,
I can take in an ear infection is it's a secondary infection and I can't get it.
True.
And if I can rationalize my way out of a sickness,
amen,
I will.
Yeah, it's not the flu. It's not the neurovirus.
Right.
It's like, we can get through this.
So we're on 10 days of antibiotics. 10 days of Augmentin. Hello?
What is Augmentin?
It's like a stronger version of amoxicillin.
Oh.
Okay, so I had this thought today, and then I think we need to get on track.
Sure.
So I took my kid to the doctor. He's had a fever, like whatever. And I was like, well, we need to check him out. And then he had this like eye goopy. Like, oof. You know what I'm talking about? Like eye boogies. And I was like, no, we need to check this out. This feels bizarre. And ear infection, I was right. Okay, well.
Imagine that. My mother's intuition.
So, would say. You know those little like things that they look in your eye and your ear and your throat with?
Yeah, with like the light thing.
Yeah. I think I need to Amazon one of those.
And become the pediatrician?
Well, I just feel like I could look and be like, okay, this is infected or not. We need to go to the doctor, which really sucks because I feel like if you could just let me write an amoxicillin prescription.
There was nothing better than being able to call up my grandfather and be like, here's what I've got. He's like, yeah, this is what you need. Yeah. Heaven, unfortunately.
Or fortunately for him.
Actually, very
unfortunately for us.
Very unfortunately for him. And he is, like, it was the best ever. And I remember thinking, even before he passed, like, what am I going to, you mean people, like, how do people literally get prescriptions? And it's like, oh, you have to go to the doctor's office, get it.
We were there for an hour and a half today. And this girl,
couldn't be me.
Like was so actually was not thrilled, but again, I smiled at someone. I had a mask on. How did she know? No, I know.
Your eyes are powerful.
What happened was, and Tyra Banks told me that.
100%. Power in the smiles.
What I was doing is I was needle pointing, and I should have never done it in public because it's like a magnet.
That's true. People always got to ask about it.
And this lady was talking to me, and she's like, in my business, and I'm like, fine to talk about it, like feel great about it, but then her like 8-year-old daughter's like, she's like, yeah, this is my 4th kid with the flu. And I'm like, okay, we're way too close.
Yeah.
Like, you are way too close to me. Like, I don't care that we're at the doctor. Like, what if my kid is here for a checkup? Like,
well, no, it doesn't matter where you are. It's just like this time of year.
Read the room.
You just have to be aware of germs. I cannot stand anyone. And because here's the thing. It's like you'd almost imagine, oh my God, this made me think of this. Okay, because you'd imagine like it'd be the kids that are just like coughing all over you.
No, it's the adults too. Because
it's literally the adults. It's literally the adults. But this is hilarious. One anecdote, then we can jump in. I was over at Hayden's house like, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I was drinking water and got like choked up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so I started like coughing, but it wasn't like a cold cough.
And you got sent into a panic.
Well, no. No, even better. So Gus and Lark were still awake.
Oh my gosh.
And like Lark, her 2-year-old little girl, sees me coughing. And so she starts like coughing with me. Like she thinks it's funny.
Okay, because she loves cough syrup. So if she's coughing enough, she knows. So she knows if she coughs enough, she'll get cough syrup. But I can tell a fake cough. I'm not giving her cough syrup for a fake cough.
Yeah.
But if she hears someone else cough, she's like, ooh, cough syrup.
Love it. So literally she starts coughing with me. So then I'm like, I'm good. I take a sip of water. I'm fine. I turn around. I realize she's like trying to cough with me. So I fake cough to her and I'm like, and she literally looks at me and goes, cover your mouth. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, you know what?
There's literally no one who will put you in your place more than Mark Wilson.
100%. And thank God for it. Honestly, we need it.
So
But she
funny.
killed me in that moment.
She'll walk around. So her full name is Markley Sinclair Wilson. Markley's my maiden name. Sinclair I pulled out of my ass. Loved it.
Yeah,
Wilson's last name.
Strong name, yeah.
She'll walk around and she'll be like, I'm Markley Sinclair Wilson. And I'm like, okay. Today, I braided her hair after the bath to avoid like a big rat's nest.
Yep.
I said, no, you look like a princess. This is great. She said, she walks around after the bath singing, I am a princess. I know everything.
I love it.
I texted Michael this and he said, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I am a princess. Michael knows everything.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's like...
Yeah. This is her heart song.
This is who she is.
This is her heart song. Yeah. She said, this is me and you can't stop me.
Who she is to her core.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. Before we try this caviar.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
We are talking about canon events.
So this is like an extension of last week.
Yes. But older. When we were older.
Okay. So the house that built me is like
Those
canon
were like,
events middle school or earlier.
yes. Like of our younger years.
Okay.
Like those are the things that built us.
Okay.
This week's episode is like as adults.
Okay.
Things we've experienced. Like high school and beyond.
Like our brain chemistry has been altered.
Yes. Yes. Like things that...
Ooh, this is good.
Yeah. I'm so excited. And maybe a warning, this episode could go on for 3 hours. Like that's how much I feel like...
That's a good warning, but I do feel like every episode starts that way.
True.
Like I genuinely feel like
do.
I genuinely feel like we can't shut up.
Yeah. And here we are. And we knew this was going to happen.
Okay, let's have a canon event. Tell me how to eat this caviar.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to explain it while you do it.
Okay. I'm going to put my mic down so
yes.
if it crinkles, I'm sorry.
So sorry. Okay, so you're going to take the chip, and then she's going to take this crazy spoon that she has that's 17 feet long, and put a little scoop, a little dollop.
Is that enough?
That's perfect.
Is that too much?
No, definitely not too much.
Okay, can I make you one too?
Yes. Yeah, so you just put a little dollop. I told her, and you can sound off in the comments if you think this is wrong. I feel like caviar is less fishy and more like a salt bomb.
I'm excited about that.
Like I just think it's like a,
Okay, that's yours.
Okay.
This one's mine.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Why are we bitching?
Come on, computer.
Mm-hmm. Every time, literally, our signature sound is my computer going, hey.
Hey. I'm still here, y'all.
Okay, do we cheers it?
Yeah, we cheers. Okay.
I'm nervous.
Cheers.
Do you hear the crunch?
ASMR.
Okay, that's really good.
Isn't it fun?
Okay, I love. Okay, so yes, canon event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my brain chemistry is changing right now. Do you see it happening?
Yes,
in my
I
eyes?
can. With bubbly. Take a sip of bubbly.
Okay, no, I love that.
To me, there's no better combination in the world.
It tastes like this sounds like a negative thing. It's not. It tastes like the bottom of the ocean.
Yes. Exactly. It tastes like you got ocean water in your mouth.
It does, and I kind of love that. It's nostalgic.
Yeah, because it's so salty. Like it's just like a literal salt bomb on a salt bomb. Now, I will say, for my caviar lovers out there, we don't have creme fraiche.
Yeah.
So that was something that we had talked about me bringing, and in pure me fashion, I completely forgot.
And okay, so why is caviar so expensive?
That's a great question.
Is it because it's literally like fish eggs?
It is fish eggs.
Is it hard to get? This feels like Finding Nemo.
Well, and it might be.
This is a canon event for Nemo.
It is his death.
It's called.
He's gonna remember those
of all of his siblings.
The day he lost his family.
That was for you.
Yes. No. It's. I really don't know. It's so. This is a really pretty. Like this was a great pick, Rachel. Let me just say a little shout out here. You can tell it's like the color, the size. Yeah, this is a great.
I'm here for this. Okay, while you're chewing on that, while you're crunching, ASMR.
You go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you my first post middle school canon event. Well, let me check my notes because I want to do it in chronological order. Right? Do we want to do it in chronological?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if we get off, we get off. Oh my god, this caviar is so good.
It is very good. Okay, I'm gonna kind of skip high school.
Shocking. Okay.
Well, let me give you a reason why. I also I wonder if we should challenge them to a drinking game.
I love that
because there's things that we say over and over.
True.
The first of them being 100%.
Yes.
We say that so much. So every time you hear that, drink.
Yeah.
The other thing is I say Well, let me give you some context to this.
True.
Drink.
Yep.
One thing you say is something you need to know about me.
Yes.
Drink.
Yep.
So let me give you some context to this.
And you might be sloshed after this, so sorry.
Yes. Okay, so in high school, I was I had a few major events that happened that were very negative, so I'm not going to bring us down the whole time, but I had a friend of mine who was like my best friend growing up who passed away of leukemia, and like got diagnosed, dealt with it for a year, passed away, and wasn't supposed to pass away. So it was like devastating. Same guy that got diagnosed with diabetes. Can't catch a break. Couldn't catch a break.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yep.
Tough, yeah.
So he passed away, altered my brain chemistry. I had an uncle who was an uncle by marriage, but he passed away. And that was like, he dealt with brain cancer for like 8 years. Devastating. Like, just a pillar of our family. The cool cousin's dad shifted their whole life, obviously. I mean, it was just like wild.
Mm-hmm.
Really sad. Too young. Like, way too young. Also, had my first ever boyfriend break up with me.
Oh, tough.
That like rocked my world. I had flings before.
Mm-hmm.
Won't go into detail about what that means.
Yeah. Maybe
one day. Maybe on a paid subscription day.
True.
Our
future Patreon.
Had flings before. And then okay, so my criteria, this is sad, but my criteria for a boyfriend was that he didn't have a crush on my best friend first.
Yeah.
And
we'll dive into that one day too.
Yep. And this guy, he probably did, but he like made me believe he didn't. And we dated for 9 months when I was in 10th grade. Not a big deal.
Oh, see, to me, that's so impressive.
Like
a 9-month high school relationship, that is impressive.
Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Here's what I learned in this. I learned that I was willing to do whatever it took.
Yeah.
Like, if he had not broken up with me, which thank God he did, like, our lives are so much better. Both of ours. I think his. I don't know what he's up to.
Haven't caught up in a while.
I haven't caught up in a while. Thank God. My life is so much better. Had he not broken up with me, I would be married to him with however many kids he wanted. Oof. Because I had, like, chosen to love him.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it was like, no, this is easy. I'm choosing to do it.
Yeah.
Now, reason why people get divorced all the time, they choose at the wrong point. I understand. I'm aware.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm 15 and I'm thinking, I've picked you.
Yeah. I'm committed.
Thank God he had enough sense for both of us to be like, you're a lot.
Yeah.
But when he broke up with me, it like really changed my brain chemistry. I also smoked weed for the first time in high school.
Yes.
So there's this like hurricane of events, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also like very religious, which is really fucking with my brain.
Yeah.
I've got guilt going on because I'm definitely like almost sexually active.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, again, got married, a borderline virgin. And it's like, there's so much guilt around that. There was guilt around, just so much stuff. So high school for me, I didn't have canon events that were like positive.
Okay. Interesting.
Those were all canon events, but they were very negative.
Yeah, they weren't fun. Yeah.
I also was undiagnosed OCD. And what that meant, like, OCD, the disease is obsessive compulsive. So you obsess over something until a compulsion happens. And it's not healthy. So it's not like, hey, I'm going to go clean my room. That wasn't the case. It's, I'm going to think about this over and over and over and over until a decision is made that I have to actively do something. So I was undiagnosed and very moody. And so it was like, this is not, we're not killing it here.
Right.
So all of that to say, I feel like my first canon event happened in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like outside of the house, the building kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that those negative things were all a culmination of canon events that happened in high school, but not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%.
So this is also super niche because this is like a motherhood thing.
Love it.
And then I'll shut up and I'll let you talk about
yours. We gotta have range over here.
Range, we got it. The first one, okay, I did not babysit growing up. Did you? There's no way you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think so? No.
Confirmed. Didn't babysit growing up. Number one, because I was scared of vomiting. That, like, OCD is a doubting disease and also a fear disease. And my number one fear in life is vomiting.
Yep.
To this day.
Same.
It's not great.
Yeah. Same.
So I wasn't, like, into being around children that weren't my own because I felt like they always were throwing up.
100%.
Which I feel like they are. Like, it's a nightmare.
No, they really are. That's all my mom friends are saying that.
It's horrible. And so I did not babysit, did not nanny growing up. I worked at a law office. Like, that was my...
That's so on brand for you.
I worked at Outback and I worked as a paralegal at a law. Not even a paralegal, I'm sorry. A career. Why did I say paralegal? You have to have, like, education for that. I did not. I was in high school. But in college, I got connected, again, through Jordan. Always through Jordan.
Always through Jordan.
To a family, and this family lived in Anderson. I was going to Clemson, so I would, like, drive to see them, but that's not abnormal for Clemson, especially because my family lived in Anderson.
Yeah.
Clemson's, like, 30 minutes away from Anderson. And I walk into this home, and it's a Georgian home built in 1890. In Anderson on, like, the main strip of historic homes in Anderson. And it is the most colorful. It has artwork I've never even, like, couldn't even fathom.
Yes.
And the woman who I'm, like, met with, the kids aren't even there, which is shocking to me.
Yeah.
Her name is Andrea. And she is the coolest. Like, she has this plaid blazer on and these, like, balloon pants and these really thick eyeglass, like, readers. And she has 3 young children. She has, like, twins that are 3 years old and, like, a 1.5-year-old. And I'm like, who is this person?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I fell in love with her immediately.
Yeah. She's everything.
And she in and of herself is a candidate for me.
Yeah.
A couple of reasons why. Looking at a white Georgian house, think Victorian adjacent, from the outside, walking in and being so startled and happily surprised at the inside.
Yeah.
It not looking like what you think it would look like.
Yeah.
That was a foreign concept to me.
Yeah.
I did not know that you could mix styles that way.
Yes. Yeah.
And I love that you can.
Yes. Yes.
That changed my life. The second thing that changed my life is how she parented. She sat my ass down on the couch. Kids weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
Kids were wherever they were. School. I don't know. And she literally interviewed me.
I love that.
And she said, you are expected to be an extension of me and my husband. You are expected to not be on your phone. You are expected to discipline the way we discipline, talk the way we talk, like, make dinner for us, you know, like, whatever. And I was like, what alternate reality have I stepped into?
Yeah.
She researched.
She was just, like, bossing it.
Yes. I mean, she's amazing. She researched parenting. Didn't know you could do that. Didn't know there were books out there.
True.
I mean, I figured I'd probably, like, find that out at some point.
Yeah.
She was, like, researching how to parent, how to discipline, all of these things. And it, like, lit something inside me.
Yeah.
It was like...
This makes a lot of sense. Like, knowing you now, obviously I knew you when this canon event happened, but I don't think you would ever process this with me necessarily.
Right.
So I'm like, this makes a lot of sense.
Like my family, I'm the oldest of 3 kids, and we're surface level in the sense that, like, we have fun together and we laugh and we cackle, but we're not, like, my mom's not sitting me down like, hey, this is how I parent. And not in a negative way, just like, this is how, like, that's just not how we communicate.
Yeah.
And so I never thought that there was brain power behind the choices you made as a parent.
Yeah.
And again, not because my parents didn't have brain power, we just didn't discuss it. And Andrea was so blatant about it and very obvious and like, hey, I did this research and this is proven and yada, yada, yada. And I was just, like, mind blown. Like, it changed the trajectory of my whole life. I started a very small design business, wouldn't have done it without her. Yeah. Not because she, like, told me to do it, but because I felt confident enough to be like, oh, my stuff is good enough.
Yeah. Which it is.
But, so much. I also, we started a flower business together. We did, wedding florals for a few years because we were neighbors for a season.
And they were unreal.
Yeah, she gave me
still are
creative freedom that I will never. The things she unlocked in me were creativity, the ability to research parenting, and some semblance of of just unbound confidence, which
Yeah.
I already had too much of.
Yeah.
But
this
Andrea,
is like a deeper confidence.
Andrea was postpartum with her youngest, and just in my mind, absolutely killing it. I think she would laugh at this and be like, "No, I wasn't," and
Yeah.
I'm looking at her like, "You changed my whole life."
Yeah, you're everything to me.
That's canon event number 1 for me.
I love that.
It's so sweet.
Yeah,
I like
really is.
she is to me like an older sister.
Yeah.
Like
She's amazing.
She would say she's mom. She's not. She's older sister.
She's older sister.
Yeah.
I love that. No, she's amazing. I remember the first time I met her as well. She was such a legend. Like, you had created her to be such a legend.
Oh, yes.
And then when I met her, I was like,
oh, no, God.
Oh, you're every bit of a legend.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I remember, like, meeting her like I was meeting a celebrity and being like, you're Andrea Miller. And she's like, I'm sorry, what? And I'm sorry, you're who?
What's your name again?
And she was every bit the part. Like, I just, I'm with you there. I wish I knew her better, honestly, because she is so cool.
Mm-hmm. Cool is a great word for her.
Yeah, she's just straight up cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like in the real sense.
Mm-hmm.
Very confident, knows who she is,
Mm-hmm.
like all the things you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. Okay, canon event number 1. That's amazing. Okay, mine did happen in high school. And mine, I think to like put it into a sentence, okay, or like how to like culminate. I'll explain the event that happened, but like this was when I realized I'm a summer girl.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear this.
I will never
because I'm
forget.
going to break it in you.
No, and you never will. Because I'm bringing you over to the bright side. She thinks she's going to make me a winter hermit. She literally has no idea. We're going to Hawaii in a week. And she is literally going to be soaking up the sun, loving life. Okay?
A week.
Ah!
Okay, go ahead.
So, it's February.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my best friend from high school, Lindsay, both are summer girls. Like, we love the beach, we loved the pool. Like, we were always outside doing things, like laying out, whatever, when we were in high school. It was February, it was freezing cold, and I had just gotten my Jeep Grand Cherokee, which was that honestly, yes, is a canon event in itself.
Yes,
like,
yes.
I
agree.
never loved a car more in my life.
Can confirm.
But so I just gotten it, and it was one of those like random warm February days.
Mm-hmm.
And we had just been going through it. Like, January is always tough for me. I've never liked January. It's dark, it's dreary, it's cold, it's all the things.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never forget, on this night, she texted me and was like, I need you to come pick me up and we need to take a drive. And I was like, you're right.
Mysterious.
So I like go pick her up. She's like, I need to feel something.
So high school coded.
Literally.
I love that.
She's like, I need you to put in your newest mix CD. Like, I wish I was joking.
I know, I fully believe
Put
this.
in your newest mix CD,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to drive around with the windows down.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go get French toast sticks at Sonic.
Oh my God.
And we're going to pretend like it's summer. Like, I remember we both wore Nike running shorts and t-shirts because we were literally pretending it was summertime, literally just to feel something.
Summer cosplay.
Literally. So we get in the car, we are driving around, windows are down, we are screaming Dave Matthews at the top of our lungs.
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He was mixed in with a lot of things, but Dave Matthews, I was on a big Dave Matthews phase then, still am.
My dad is in a big Dave Matthews phase and has been.
Because once Dave gets his claws in you,
he ain't getting out.
You want to know how many times I've seen him in concert? 3.
My dad's seen him that or more.
And yet, but see,
should y'all go together?
Let's do it.
That'd be cute.
Jim, call me. You paying and let's fly, because I know you only fly first class, so let's pay for my ticket there too.
Yes and amen.
That may have been a canon event as well. Your dad so seriously looked at me and said, I only fly first class. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I never have. Love that. Anyways.
That's so funny.
So anyways, this night we were driving around, and I just remember like us being in the car, blasting music, air's going, like, and we were like, this is bliss. Mm-hmm. Like, this is everything we love. This is like, and I think it was just one of those moments where it was like, we had no responsibilities and we were actually aware of that. Mm-hmm. And it was like, this is good. Like, this is good. What we've got going. Yeah. And I don't know what it was. Like, I think about that day so much, because I'm like, one, that was when it was like, oh no, you just have seasonal depression. That's
it's funny to me that this happened in February.
Yes.
And it's sold summer to you.
100%.
I love that.
Because just like we experienced here, we had a little fall spring where it was like a little bit warmer. You could walk around.
Before the groundhog comes out.
Yes, before the groundhog comes out, everybody was walking around and outside and doing all the things. And I mean, I'm telling you, it healed me.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's like every February this happens, and it's like it's because the first time I was ever aware of it was when I was in high school. It was sophomore year, and we were driving around, and I was like, this is bliss. I am a summer girl. I will be a summer girl forever, and I still am. It is like, summer is everything to me.
She still is.
It is everything to me. I love it so much.
I kind of had a similar experience. Maybe it's a canon event, maybe not, but this was in college, and it was the heat on the feet, windows down in fall.
Yeah, yes.
Driving from Anderson to Clemson to go stop Michael.
Love that, yes. As anyone would.
As everyone should.
Yeah.
Don't.
Not Michael, but your own,
Right.
So.
Don't.
Yeah.
No, I think there's something about your first car, windows down.
Yep.
Whether it's heat or air blasting.
Right.
Whether it's Dave Matthews or Brand New playing.
Yep. Understandably. And honestly, catch me on the Brand New in the fall as well. I'm with you there.
And that is true. Like, Dave Matthews is summer. Dave Matthews is lake.
100%.
You're on the lake. You're on a pontoon boat. Dave Matthews is blaring. And you are
sipping a Mick Ultra
underage. Life has not been
better. And it's perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because your dad said, you know what? You're with me. It's fine.
And Brand New is in the fall. You just came back from a Clemson game. Your mascara's running down your face, not because you've been crying, because you've been sweating.
Yeah.
And you're going to find a boy to make out with.
Yes. Haven't we all been there?
Haven't we all been there?
No, I love that.
Bliss.
Yeah.
That's a really sweet one.
Thank you.
Do you think Lindsay would say it was as important to her as you?
I really do. I honestly think I could text her and be like, do you remember that night? That because we did that a lot. Like, it wasn't like that was our only time we ever drove around.
Yeah.
But that night specifically, it was like, I'm coming over, I'm picking you up, because she never drove. She didn't drive until our senior year, I swear. And I drove us everywhere. And it was like, I'm specifically coming over. Literally, it's where it started. I'm specifically coming over so that we can get in the car, drive, go get French toast sticks, and just...
Sonic is a canon event of itself.
True. That mango peach slushie with some Malibu in it, nothing better.
That's the shit that people would bring to TL Hannah games. They'd get the ocean water and then fill it with Everclear.
Oh,
we went to Hannah.
They were on a different level. I'll tell you that.
What do you mean? We went to TL Hannah. What do you mean?
Have you ever heard of Malibu?
I'm probably.
Are you hurt? Who hurt them?
So many people. It's Anderson. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's another level.
I do want to bring it back to you driving. So we had a Maj Monday this week, which is our club where we play Mahjong. And I made Morgan ride with me. And by ride with me, I mean I made her drive my car because all of our Mahjong stuff was in my car.
Yep.
And so literally I'm passenger princessing in my Volvo. Morgan is driving and we're unloading or reloading to go leave. And one of the girls who's there, Miranda, love her. God love her. She goes, not Morgan driving Hayden's car. And there's not a more perfect explanation of us.
100%. 100%. That happened, and it was I wish I could capture this moment, because this is us.
Because also, I had so many things on my body.
Oh my God, y'all. I wish I could describe.
I haven't laughed at her in a long time.
I literally was swerving in the road. I was laughing so hard.
So hold on. Ready? Let me give some context to this.
Shots!
Do it, baby!
For everybody!
Okay, we had a tournament, a Mahjong tournament that I marshaled the week prior. And by marshal, I mean, I ran it. They gave me a microphone, shouldn't have. And, they used all my tile sets, and I, made the rules and, judged everybody. It was great. It was, for my power trip, love it.
Yeah.
I had not touched my car. So I had enough sets for, what is that? How many tables is that? God knows how many.
I have no idea. But there was over 100 people there,
It was 136 people. So,
divide that by 4 and tell me what it is.
Right. Stupid amount of sets in my car. Stupid amount of just stuff. I've got the 2 car seats, whatever. And I haven't cleaned it out because I'm busy. I've got to
box of Pringles.
The box of Pringles is for when my kids are hungry. And that is a mothering tip right there.
Yeah.
Keep a box
snacks in the car.
Of Pringles in your car.
Yeah.
And by box, I mean, it's the little snack packs. It's not Pringles in a box. It's not all brand. Everyone's Pringles come in a can? What do you mean? Anyways, there is so much stuff in my car.
So much.
And so when
filled to the brim.
When I
giving
get
order.
in the car, I have to take stuff out and then ask Morgan to throw it on top of me, like a junk drawer. Therefore, I called myself, it's like, hey, I'm a junk drawer. And that got Morgan.
I couldn't stop. Y'all, because literally she's sitting there and she's being so casual about it. Like,
you took a picture. We need to post it on the
Oh, I did. You're right. Yes. You're right. Thank God. I couldn't remember if I did or not. I'm telling you, it's because it was just so funny because she's acting so casual, and I'm not joking. She has 4 layers of stuff on her.
I was comfy.
Literally, it was basically a weighted blanket in a way.
Love.
But of just bags and mats and
best case scenario.
leftovers and purses and
That's girlhood, and that's on girlhood.
And literally, and it was just so funny because she was just talking to me more we were just oh yeah, how was the night? And then it just
Morgan, looks over and it's
it literally hits me, and I'm I can't, because first of all, also we drive off and I forget where we're going.
Yeah, she goes to my house she's gonna drop me off and drive my
car.
Volvo home, which I would have 100% let her do. I've got nowhere to be.
Yeah, she's who cares?
But it would have been really funny. And then I'm hey, just so you know, we've got to go back and get your car. And she's oh yeah, and swerve.
Literally, I'm we are going the complete wrong direction. Yep. And I'm I literally was just cruising. I wasn't even thinking. And
on it was Myrtle Beach Strip.
100%. And
2009.
You know what?
That's a canon event.
You want to know what's? That's so true.
I have a really good one for that. Go ahead.
Don't say it.
No. Mine's kind of long. Say what you're going to say.
Okay. I was just going to say it's God's grace to this earth that we were never
together
on
the strip at Myrtle Beach.
In high school.
It would have imploded. It would be a black hole today.
It would, yes. Yes. Literally, going up in flames wouldn't be enough. It would have literally sunk to the earth.
Sunk into the earth.
The core of the earth.
Yes. Okay. Canon event, maybe not. Hilarious story, yes, have to tell it.
Can't wait.
I'm in 8th grade. So a little bit earlier than what we're talking about. My best friend at the time, Tara, and her mom, Alfreda, shout out. Alfreda drives us to the only teen club in Myrtle Beach, which is called Club Karma.
Oh, I know the one. Absolutely.
Had we met there, again. Black hole.
Black hole.
I'm wearing a one-shoulder dress because they're popular.
Huge.
And we're with a few other girls. I don't remember if this is spring break, if it's summer. I can't remember. But we go, and a couple of things happen. First of all, I am feeling myself. We all are. I end up grinding with a guy, which, if you don't know, what you need to know about me is this.
Yeah.
Grinding is my favorite activity.
Literally.
I have a really funny grinding story that I'll bring up at a later date.
Yeah.
Grinding is my favorite activity.
Yeah. She would do it in her house with Michael on a Friday afternoon. Just
if he would let me.
If he would let her, she would literally grind it all times.
If he walked in here and offered it to me, I'd say, Morgan, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Love to grind.
Yeah.
And I blame TL Hannah Cotillion 2009 for that. Okay?
2009 was the year of the grind. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yes, and I know.
That was the year of the grind.
So I'm grinding with this guy, and I look over and I make eye contact with Tara, who I'm there with. Again, there's some other girls there. But I make eye contact with Tara, and she's looking at me hey, look at this hottie. Literally pointing back, look at this hottie. But then she also gives me a look of concern and is what's going on kind of thing. And the reason she gives me that look is because the man she is grinding with has a full leg cast.
Oh.
He's using her as a crutch to hold her up.
No.
And she doesn't know this?
No.
And so I'm I'm giving her this you've got to get out. You've got to get out. This is not the look. Yes. And I don't know what the look is. The thing is, we're not leaving with anyone. We're in 8th grade, and our mom is taking us home. So it's not hey, get out of this situation before you hook up with him. That's not what was happening. It was literally we're grinding, whatever. So this guy with a full leg cast is using Tara as a crutch, which is hilarious. But of course, I'm panicked. I'm you've got to get out of this situation. This is not safe.
Yeah.
And she turns around and is hey, gotta go, pieces out, and he almost stumbles
down. Yeah,
can't.
He's her crutch.
So this happens, and I'm getting all sweaty, and I've got my one shoulder dress on, right? And so I grab my hair, which was as long as it is now, and I pull it to the side of the one shoulder. So I have a very open neck. And I'm grinding with this same guy. I don't know what he looks like. It's dark in there. I've never been to a club before. I don't know what etiquette is. Do I need to see what you look like, or do I need to just let it ride?
Right.
So I move my hair because I'm sweaty. I move it over to the side with my strap, He leans in and bites my neck.
No.
And I'll tell you,
you have rabies now.
This is the age of Edward Cullen. That was not it. That was not it. I remember.
You were not his spider monkey.
I remember, like, you're, like, down, your knees are bent, you're, like, sticking your ass into someone's crotch. Like, it's not great. And I'm, like, doing this. I remember shooting straight up, ramrod back, being like, did that just happen? He's so startled behind me. And I'm like, I gotta go. And I, like, run away.
Oh, yeah.
And
Thank God.
Tara and I go decompress in the bathroom. Like, hey, this guy that you were grinding with had a full cast on. And I said, yeah, the guy that I was grinding with just bit my neck. We need to go get a tetanus shot. And Elfrida skirts around on the front of the Myrtle Beach strip, picks us up, and we go home none the wiser.
Honk, honk. Come on out, girls.
And I'm going to tell you.
Your time here's up.
Is that a canon event? No.
But close enough. Honorary mention.
But a hilarious thing, nonetheless.
No. Yeah, Club Karma, we definitely spent
too much time.
Yes, sometimes there, and all bad. All dark, all bad.
All very dark. Like, what a bad... Like, a teen club is such a bad idea. This 100%. Is not a cruise ship.
Did you... 100%. Now, one canon event legitimately that I almost put on here was when I went on a cruise and into the teen club for the first time, because I remember thinking, I am the hottest bitch on this boat.
We've all had that experience.
Allie was with me. We both walked in. Here's the deal. Here's the best thing about the cruise. My brother was like 12. Like, he was so young.
Too young. Yep.
Megan was like early college, but she got like super sick, and we had to basically hide her in our room because
Megan is Allie's sister.
Yes, Megan's older. She's 4 years older. And she also, things like that are just prone to happen. Like, you get on a cruise ship, you're not supposed to get sick. She gets sick. We have to hide her. Anyways. So me and Allie are running amok on this cruise ship.
Right. As you
running shit. Like, thinking we are the queens of the ship. And I just will never forget us, like, all day preparing. Like, we're going to the teen club tonight, right? Like, we're going to the teen club.
I'm telling you, there's no high like it.
There's nothing like it. Walking in, and there's, like, lights going, and there's, like, a smoke machine, but, like, all the people are just, like, standing there because they don't know what to do.
Yep.
Literally, me and Allie get out there. We start just, like, dancing in the middle. I'm telling you, it was a high. It was, I swear on my life, I literally almost put teen club on the Royal Caribbean cruise.
Honestly,
as a canon event.
Would have respected it.
It was a huge deal. That, then post flirting with the boys in the hot tub after, like, us, like, being like, we're gonna go to the hot tub later, like, y'all can come. And then they showed up. It was like,
there was
you're obsessed with me, you love me.
Nothing better
than a vacation crush.
Than meeting up with a bitch that you saw during the day in the hot tub later.
Yes.
Like, pre-planned.
Yes.
Saying, hey, yeah, like, after dinner with my family, I'm gonna come down to the hot tub.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
And seeing what happens.
And seeing if they show up. And they always did.
Because they were hoping you would hook up with them.
100%.
And I'm Delulu. Yeah. I'm going, they're here for my personality.
Yeah. They think I'm amazing.
And and I'll tell you, they caught on real quick that I wasn't giving it up.
No.
And I really should have.
But, should we have, Because, I was born to be a spinster. I grew up genuinely always thinking that I was better than any boy I've ever met.
Which is Anne. We put on Anne, and we love her forever.
We're so thankful for it.
Yes.
And that's one of my things that I, like, hold true from middle school and high school. I'm like, you know what?
But you're also not as sexual as I am.
That's true. That is true.
That is Guys, I tried to talk her into doing the sex episode. She blushed. And I said, okay.
I literally was like, here's the deal. That's just not authentic to me. And I gotta stay authentic to me.
And unfortunately,
this is my coexist coming out.
And I can't. I cannot. I'm not.
I have to be me at my core. What just happened?
I don't know.
Caviar.
The caviar fell.
Girlfriend, stop screaming.
Baby.
You had your moment, okay? We're gonna keep eating you. Just calm down.
Calm down.
No, it's just true. You gotta stay authentic in order for it to make sense.
No, you're right.
Okay, my turn for a canon event, I think. Okay. This one's huge.
I can't wait.
This one's huge. I think I've mentioned it before, but I can't remember. 1989 tour.
You have mentioned it before.
Taylor Swift.
Because we talked about eras.
True.
Okay, I want you to start from the beginning. Who got you tickets?
My grandfather. I know. Speaking of the devil, Granddaddy got me tickets.
The savior himself.
Literally. He surprised us with tickets that Christmas. So my mom actually was the one who, like, got them, but he
funded it.
Yes, he funded it, and it was from him.
Love.
So it was a complete surprise. Us girls had to open our gifts all at the same time so that we could open it and see like you're going to Taylor Swift.
That's so sweet.
It was.
That's so sweet.
It was so sweet. Because again, like, and now again, this was pre-era, so like you could get tickets to Taylor Swift, but it's 1989. Like this was still a hard concert to get.
This is your album.
Oh, 100%. 1989 is the album that came out as Clay and I were like flirty friends and then started dating. So it is such, like, you want to talk about a canon event, that album coming out. So I love that album. I listened to it nonstop, like absolutely obsessed with it. So we get surprised with 1989 tickets. But again, they were like so cute and did a little printout like, you're going to Taylor Swift.
That's
like
precious.
So cute.
One could only hope to be that cute as a grandparent.
100%. And he's just like sitting in his little rocking chair so happy. Because like, I mean, he knows, but he doesn't really know why we're so excited.
Right.
So we get to the stadium. And
is it in Atlanta?
It's in Atlanta.
At MetLife? Not MetLife. Mercedes-Benz?
It was Mercedes-Benz, but before
I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, before the like renovation.
Got it.
And he's like, we're putting you up in a hotel. Y'all are going to stay down there. Like, it's perfect.
Sweet. You call him Granddaddy?
Granddaddy. Yeah. And we walk up, and this was, I guess we had printed tickets. I don't remember. But anyways, we show the usher our tickets, and they're like, oh, you're on the floor.
And you didn't know?
Had no idea where the seats were. Had no idea.
Okay, so paint me a picture of who's there. Allie, Megan, you.
Allie, Megan, me. Megan is 8 months pregnant. LOL.
With Hayes or Ella?
With Ella.
Amazing.
Clay is there.
No.
And
amazing.
My Aunt Debbie.
God love her.
And Emery?
And not Ann?
Ann didn't go. Clay got Ann's ticket because Ann was like, I can't do the crowds. And I was like, whatever, I get it.
That feels very Ann.
It's so Ann. It's so Ann. It's her cancer. She's shy, but once you get to know her, she's wild and fun.
I love her so much.
She's amazing. So she was like, I don't want to do the crowds, but y'all go have fun. So we went. So they're like, you're on the floor. And we're like, so we have this screaming moment. Like, we're all just freaking out.
Yeah.
We go down the stairs. We get to the floor. The usher, I think it's a guy. He's like, oh, I'm going to show you your seats. And we're like, awesome. Now, again, the floor is huge.
Right.
This is when she had like the stage at the back and a catwalk. We walk up to the we are right next. We could not have been closer to the stage.
Granddaddy.
Could not have been closer.
Granddaddy.
And we are freaking out.
What
like,
a pleasant surprise.
Right? Like, it's like,
they didn't even know to tell you.
Yes.
That's what's so sweet about it.
Right. Like, they literally did not even think about, like, oh, here's where your seats are, whatever.
No, I love that.
And it was just a complete surprise. And that just never happens with concerts. Because either, especially now in my adult life, I'm the one buying the seats, so I know where they are.
Right.
Or even before, like, I would go with parents or whatever, and they were like, oh, you're in the lower bowl or whatever. I don't know. It was such a specific concert. Now, again, I've been to so many concerts. There's so many of them that have impacted me and that I've loved so much. But this one, it was just like the surprise of it all. The like, I don't know, just the generosity also. Like, it was
1989 was very important to you.
So important.
Like, it comes up often.
All the time.
Right.
All the time.
Right.
And even, like, that's what I dressed up as at,
I remember
for the Eras tour.
Yep.
Like, it is everything to me. And so the fact that I got to see that show and we got to be so close, she literally, this was where, again, you saw it again in the tassel, or in the Eras show, but when she had the 2-piece tassel for Shake It Off, she literally shook so hard, I have a tassel from her dress.
No, you don't.
A green tassel, yes.
You're joking.
Beaded tassel, yes. Yes.
That's like, not framed in your house.
I know. It will be in the new one. Trust me.
Oh my God.
I know. It's been sitting in my jewelry box just because I'm like, it's everything to me.
What are you going to do with it?
Frame it.
I have to touch it.
Yeah, you do. Because it's touched Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift has touched this tassel.
Wow, I didn't know this. And this feels, I feel like we need to stop and I need to go to your house.
Yeah, and I think we should. It's actually in our storage unit. So let's go
I think
there.
let's get the key.
It's on this side of town, so let's do it. No, that was a canon event for me because it was just the most pleasant surprise and just
that's so sweet.
The most incredible night ever.
But what like a great memory to have of your grandfather.
Yeah, it really was. It was so sweet.
Like,
and he was like so excited to hear all about it. And he like does not care about Taylor Swift, but he was so excited to hear all about it when we got home. Oh my God, it was so sweet.
That's precious.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I love that.
So that was canon event.
That's a great canon event.
Thank you.
In the same vein of being entertained.
Yeah.
I don't remember what year. 2016 maybe? Hamilton came out.
Yeah.
And it was, and you could not get tickets.
No, God, no.
Like it was celebrities only.
Yeah.
And for some reason, no, not for some reason, I know exactly why. We are big Tonight Show watchers, my family.
Yeah, which I love.
We love Jimmy Fallon. And we love watching, I mean, like every single night we're watching. And I was married at this point, and so I kind of carried that over in, like, we didn't have cable, of course, we were too poor.
Yeah, could never do that.
But could, like, watch clips and stuff, and Jimmy's always talking about Lin-Manuel Miranda and this show Hamilton, it's changed his life, yada yada. So I'm aware adjacent. And the soundtrack comes out, and I listen to it, and the first time I ever listened to it, I'm driving to Charleston from the upstate of South Carolina, and I press play as I'm like pulling out of wherever I'm leaving from, and it finishes as I'm pulling past basically like the Ashley Phosphate exit, which is like exit whatever off 26, which is getting into Charleston, and I'm weeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've lost my shit.
Yeah.
Because it has. So in Hamilton, if you're not aware, there's no spoken word. Like everything on the soundtrack is in the show. So you get the gist of it. And I didn't know that. But I listened to it all the way through, and I'm like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I don't know why. I don't know what about a white man in this time was so profoundly affecting me, but it got me.
Yeah.
And it became like my family's like obsession. Like Michael and I listen to it all the time. My mom and my sister listen to it all the time. Like I could, if the beat dropped, I could do it from start to finish right now.
Yeah.
And could at any point in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So wild turn of events. Jordan, as always, it's Jordan. We're going to have to start paying her, unfortunately.
Truly.
Jordan lives in New York, and her mom for Christmas gets her 4 tickets, which is such a Donna thing to do. It's like so amazing.
Yeah.
Jordan's mom, Donna, is one of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah, she's truly amazing.
And this is so on vibe for her.
Yeah.
And Jordan, generously, I don't really know the like ins and outs of how it came to be, but she shared the tickets with Michael and I. Unreal.
I didn't know that detail. That's amazing.
Yes. I don't know if Michael like bullied her,
And
which wouldn't put it past him.
Yep, potentially.
I don't know if she like offered it. I don't know. But she got tickets and we got to see it on Broadway.
Unreal.
And what's really funny about the whole of the story is that it's like 24 hours before show. Like Michael and I have this like trip planned. We're up there for like a week, and that in and of itself is like hilarious. But there was one final ticket that wasn't in use. And my sister literally texted Jordan and was like, "Can I come up there?" And my sister was there for 18 hours.
And
flew up, saw Hamilton, stayed in a hotel in the Wall Street district, and then flew home.
Incredible. I love that energy.
Same.
He said, "I will not be stopped."
We got to that play. And this is how I am with most plays, but with this one specifically, it was like there was a buzz. I was on the edge of my seat.
Mm-hmm.
I was mouthing, not singing because I'm not a jerk.
True.
Mouthing every single word, captivated.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Like it changed it felt so important.
Yeah.
It was so important. We've seen it since then. We've seen it twice. We saw it at the Peace Center 2 times, which is our Greenville Performing Arts Center. And the second time was great, no problem, whatever. We literally got season tickets to the Peace Center so that we could see Hamilton.
Yeah.
Because there was no guarantee that you would get tickets. But then this past time we went with Derek and Callie, and that it was the best cast we've seen, even beating the one on Broadway.
Wow.
Yes. And it's still like I left like blubbering.
Yeah.
And I'm like walking out and literally no one's crying. And I'm like, okay, what alternate reality am I in?
Yeah. No,
it's something about it.
Yeah.
Like I do feel like a big mistake that people make, not mistake, but that's like a harsh word, but kind of mistake adjacent, is you have to listen to the soundtrack before to understand what's going on.
Yes.
Because it is rap the whole time and you don't have subtitles.
No, yeah.
So like if you don't know the words kind of beforehand, you have no clue. That was the one thing. Oh, this was so amazing. We've listened to the soundtrack so many times. We go see the play or the show happen, and there were things that were like funny that I didn't realize were funny.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Until we had a crowd.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's everything. Yeah.
It was great. Hamilton is a candidate. It changed something about how I viewed theater. It changed something about how I don't even know. Like, if I go to New York today, if I'm not going to see a show every night, like I didn't plan the trip.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it wasn't that way before Hamilton.
Interesting.
Like, I liked it. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, whatever. Like, I had seen Wicked and loved Wicked and Lion King, you know, all the classics. But Hamilton changed my relationship with theater.
I love that.
I know.
That's huge.
Parade felt that important, too.
Oh, yeah. Parade was
all
unreal.
together.
Yeah. That felt very important.
That's a huge canon event for me.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I ever went to New York, again, shout out to my grandpa. Honestly, this
whole thing is dedicated to Granddaddy.
But he and Sassy took us to New York for the first time when we were in high school, and we got to see 3 shows. We were there for like 5 days.
Which ones did you see?
3 shows. We saw Sister Act.
Cute.
We saw Jersey Boys.
Oh, that one's so good.
It's unreal. And we saw Mamma Mia.
Also so good.
I mean, just classic after classic after classic. But it was, again, the like, we're there for 5 days. For 3 nights, we're going to shows.
Right.
And so in my mind, I'm kind of the same. But again, he kind of installed that in me of like, if we're going to New York, I'm going to see as many shows as I possibly can.
There's no one more talented than who's on in New York right now.
Yes.
Like, if you didn't watch SNL 50 this past weekend, which for when this launches, it'll be 2 weekends from now.
Yeah.
When Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, which first of all, we are Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
100%. All day long.
Don't forget it. Second of all, when they were talking about the quademic, about noro, COVID, flu, and RSV.
Yes.
And then inviting all of the entertainment of the world into one studio.
Space, yeah.
I was like, no, that's like genuinely so real though. Like the best of the best.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of my favorite parts about watching it was seeing the crowd and being like, look at her, like, oh my gosh, look at them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Adam Driver. Oh my gosh, like every single person, like it was just like person after person after person. And
they're
all,
just
they were
human.
all so, yes.
They're literally human, but they're not.
No, yeah.
And that's what's wild.
It is so wild. Celebrity is crazy.
It
just
is.
In general.
It is. If you haven't, I'm also talking Morgan into this, but she's told me she's gonna do it. There is a documentary on Peacock, and it's about the SNL 50, like different phases of SNL.
Yeah.
The 3rd episode I'm on right now, and it's a week in the writer's room. It is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
You catch us one day.
Yeah. Literally.
I'm gonna make Morgan do it with me.
No, I would love nothing more. Well, you know, I'm not gonna let you do anything alone. So
right, which I love.
I'm gonna be like, you could do it alone, but how much more fun would we have if we did it together?
Completely agree. Completely agree. The Please Don't Destroy Boys, the Lonely Island Boys. That's me.
Yes. Yeah. Literally. We gotta figure out our name though.
Give us time.
Yeah. If you have any suggestions, let us know.
Please, I'm begging you.
Because there's a name there. I can't figure out what it is.
It's something.
But it's there.
Okay, I feel like we have time for one more each.
Okay.
Or 2 for you, I'm sorry, and 1 for me.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I feel great about it.
Okay, so give us one.
Okay.
And we're going to end with you. So you're going to do one, I'm going to do one, and then you're going to end.
Okay, love it. Okay, so another canon event for me in adulthood was... It's so funny doing this because it's like I have such a rush of like, you know what I mean? Like all of them.
Yeah.
I think the first time that Clay and I traveled together, which again, I'm not going to go like into girls trip again, but we went to Austin, Texas together.
Did y'all do the Waco of it all?
And we did not.
Thank God.
Yeah. We stayed very Austin.
No shade.
Yeah. No shade. We're just not Waco people. We're just not. And that's okay.
White shiplap is the opposite of our personality type.
Yes. Yeah. And that's okay if you haven't.
And you know it's not.
Yes, it is. It is okay.
It's okay if it's original to your home.
It's just not us. It's just not us, and that's okay. But I say that to say, yeah, Joanna Gaines just is not us at all. And that's just
never will be.
Yeah, that's okay. But we went to Austin, and stayed in this gorgeous hotel, and so I was really excited about the hotel again. We talked about it in Girls Trip about, are you a hotel person? Are you not? That was our first fight of like, I am a hotel person. He's not, but of course I won. And he loved every second of it. He was eating it up. But on the last day, so we had just been explaining, he really is. Mm-hmm. He really is. Silver spoon in his mouth. He just doesn't like to admit it. But on the last day, they had this awesome pool, and on Sundays they would have a DJ. And again, I'm a pool person. I'm a sun person. Again, this is such a small event, but it like true. I was just like, this is pure bliss to me.
Y'all are married at this point.
We're married.
Okay.
He had gotten a tattoo that day because he has lots of tattoos, but he was like, I want to get a tattoo to remember this trip. I'm like, let's do it. So he gets this like cow skull thing basically, and I'm like, I really want to get on the pool. They're doing this DJ thing, whatever. And it was like the last day of our trip. We had the best time. We had shopped, we had ate, we had walked, we had explored. Like we had done all of the things that I would have ever wanted to do. We were there together. We go down to this pool. It's like the perfect 75 degrees. So you're not sweating, but it's warm. The pool's happening. They've got like drinks going around, little snacks going around. This DJ's happening. And I just remember laying there and being like, this is pure bliss. Like,
it's good that you had a really good experience for your first travel together.
Yes. Could have gone horribly.
But I love that y'all, I feel like that's so you guys though.
Yeah.
Because that in and of, like, that whole trip sounds like bougie Clay, which is travel Clay.
Yes. Yep.
And then you loving him be bougie Clay.
Because of it, yes.
Right.
Yes, 100%.
It's like exactly how you travel now.
Yes.
Which is really
absolutely.
sweet.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so it was just like, I just remember being like, okay, I'm so happy I got married. Like, this is amazing.
Sweet.
I'm so happy I married him.
Sweet.
And I love Austin, Texas with everything in me.
I remember, I don't know if I was like, if we talked about this specifically, but your roommate lives in Austin.
Yes.
From
Logan.
college.
Yes.
Who was also a bridesmaid at my wedding.
Yep.
And I remember you being like, I love this place. Yeah. And I've never been, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, no, Morgan's affected by Austin, Texas.
No, literally. Like, it was like, because it's my kind of Southern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
yeah.
do have Southern roots. That's not that, but I've
but
always.
It's not monogram and.
I've never like connected with a South Carolina Southern, which again is not a bad thing at all. Like, I love it. And I think but I've just never been like, that's just not me.
It's cowgirl boots.
But it's like a super funky, like off the wall, like you think you know what's coming and then you don't. It's just a little unexpected, but so like everyone there is so nice and so fun and just like I don't know. It was just like I remember being like,
this is the best trip.
And me and Clay, we were the classic. Now I kind of do this everywhere, but we'll still say it to this day. We're like, we can always just move to Austin. Like, we're like, do we move here? And if it weren't for our best friends, we definitely would. And our families.
I really could see y'all in Austin though.
In a heartbeat, we would. Because it was like, I just love Texas. And I was just like, and again, I've never been anywhere else in Texas, so I guess I shouldn't say that. I love Austin, Texas specifically. I love that it's weird.
I do have enemies in Dallas.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I forgot about that. Yep. Yes, you do. Mm-hmm. So anyways, Austin, Texas, I think just really got me. But like specifically that day, it was again summer.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It wasn't summer, but it was warm.
If it's warm outside, summer. It's a Canada event.
It literally is. I'm like, if the sun's shining, you know.
Every summer since when you were born. Literally.
And no, I think that was just it also like helped me realize like I genuinely love traveling. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I knew I loved traveling, but at that point I had done like family trips and I had done girls trips. Yeah. And it was like, no. Like I love traveling. Yes. I want to go to a new place that I haven't been and explore. And like, it just like that to me was like okay, no, I love traveling. This is something about me. That's a great canon event. That's really sweet. Like you and Clay, like, and then also traveling. Yes. Yeah. Because that's who you are. Yeah, that is true. Was that before or after you went to LA? That was after. Because you went before you got married? Yes, I went right before I got married. I actually went to LA and then came home and 2 days later got engaged. So it was literally the best week of my life. Cute. Yes, with Logan. Mm-hmm. Logan is who I went to LA with. Yep. And that was also huge for me because that was the furthest I'd ever gone without someone else. Yep. And also, not my first girls trip, but it was like the two of us, we'd gone from roommates to like, let's go travel together.
Yeah.
Is this going to work? Is it not? And it did so perfectly.
I feel like she would be really great to travel with.
She is fantastic.
Yeah. She's like perfect travel partner.
She really is.
Yeah.
She really is. And I think helped me become a better travel partner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was like, Logan would do this. And so I wanted to do like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's great.
So yeah, no, LA also. Love you, California, so much. Can't wait to go back.
We gotta go to Napa. We're gonna do a couple trips.
Have to. 2026 in the fall.
Great. Yeah, because we're doing New York this fall.
Exactly.
We're doing 2026 spring New York. Napa fall.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Don't forget.
Sorry. No,
We have to go to New York every year.
No, 100%.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, this is my last one.
Okay.
And you're gonna laugh.
Okay, I can't wait.
Well, you might roll your eyes. They're gonna laugh.
Okay, I can't wait.
Have you ever heard of Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger fanfiction?
It's psycho.
Okay. Hold on. Get your shot ready. Let me give you some context.
Here it is.
Okay, if you were my age, you grew up with Harry Potter. Fantastic series, near perfect, like so good. Obviously the movies left a lot to be desired. Controversial opinion, maybe, I don't know. I feel like my redhead kink was confirmed with Harry Potter because of Ron Weasley. But in a shocking turn of events, I don't know how many years ago this was. This was a few years ago. A book came out, and it's not really a book. It's literally fan fiction. It's like fanfic on the dark web, called Manacled.
It sounds terrifying.
It's 1,000 pages, and it's on Goodreads, so to me it counts as a book. But it is a love story between Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger. And, oh my god.
Yeah. Because
that, to me, was a gateway drug.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of these out. If you need a recommendation, I'm happy to give you one.
She will, in depth.
But the premise of it, not Manacled specifically, but the chemistry between Draco and Hermione is when she punched him in the face in year 4. Do you remember this?
Yes.
In the movie?
Yes.
All of it is built off of Enemies to Lovers, which we know I love.
Love, yes.
And that, like, level of passion, like, you're not going to punch someone in the face that you're not one step away from love.
100%, yeah.
And to me, also that, like, if you wrote it and it was completely different characters, I would still love it. I'd eat it up with a spoon, whatever. Reading Draco Malfoy and falling in love with him when I hated him so much as a character that J.K. Rowling wrote,
yes,
has been such a delight.
Yeah.
Lucius, his dad, being an absolute menace. Oh!
There's really nothing better than
characters you love.
That, yeah, and that kind of character arc.
Yes, and like also just like getting more time with them.
Yes. And understanding why they are like why you hate them.
Oh, I love a backstory.
Love a backstory.
Because it means I might could fix you.
100%.
It means there was a moment where you were broken,
yes.
in which there's also going to be a moment where I'm going to fix you.
100%.
It's called Hope. Look it up.
Ever heard of it?
Hope springs eternal. I genuinely, Manacled was the gateway drug. That to me, I feel like there's tons of trigger warnings on it. It's very Handmaid's Tale, so like don't read it.
Ooh, yeah.
If you aren't,
you gotta be ready for that.
Comfortable with that level of situation. The way it's written is fantastic. The author has actually gotten a book deal. Now it had to be like Draco and Hermione had to be ripped out of it, but it's the same concept with different characters in a different world.
Okay.
It's called Alchemize. Pre-order it. Support her. Love it.
I love that.
There is one that is just so filthy called Meet Me in Dreamland that I will probably read once a year for the rest of my life.
That sounds like,
it's so dirty.
Yeah.
All of them. There's one called The Auction that's fantastic, and that's like a 3-part, and then there's one in the auction world. There's a Narcissa and Lucius like prequel, which is, oh my god.
What was the one you told me to read?
I told you to read Manacled.
Was it Manacled?
But there was also, it's called Draco Malfoy and something like the annoying thing of being in love or something.
Yes. Okay. That I was about to say. I knew
because
it was
that
like
one's a little bit more rom-com-y.
Yes. Yeah. I remember you being like, just so you know,
I think
this is scarier than you think.
I think the genre of bringing back characters that I grew up with is so powerful.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic to me. It's sweet.
Yeah.
And I love Hermione. Like,
yeah.
Hermione is such a pillar.
Yes. Yeah.
And the more I think about it, and maybe this is just Hermione fanfiction, like skewing me, but she really wasn't made for Ron.
Yeah.
Her and Ron are just besties.
No, I totally agree.
Like, I hate to break it to you, and you know it's hard for me to say that to a redhead.
Yeah. It's not hard for me, and I feel like that was my qualm, was like, I just...
Qualm is a great word.
Don't get it.
Shot. That's another thing I say to you often.
Shot?
Take a shot.
That's a good word?
When I say that's a good word.
Oh, true.
Because if you use a big
because
word...
I have such an expansive vocabulary.
I'm always going to say,
for someone who never took the
SAT.
SAT. Yeah, I would agree.
Shot. The SAT gets brought up. Shot.
No, I love that.
Yeah, Draco Hermione, also known as Dramini, fanfiction. Paige the Shop, Kindle cover creator, also has
Meg
merch about it that I bought immediately.
Of course. Because we're merch girls.
If you need me to guide you in this world, just give me a call.
She's ready to be your tour guide.
I'm ready to be your tour guide. Let you know, like, if you want dirty, if you want dark, if you want funny, like, let me know.
Yeah.
I've read too much.
She really has. Her books a year is astronomical.
And half of it's Hermione.
But it's amazing. Like, it's, yeah. And she has never led me astray. I've never read a book that she... Okay. I know.
This is so
You're
sweet.
welcome. I know. Well, you gave me a compliment, so I should give you one.
Oh my God.
And no, it's true. She has never led me astray. Anything I've ever read that she has...
I like to prep you for smut. I don't want you to go into dark smut too early.
Yes.
I like to build you up because I don't want you to be scared away. Welcome.
Yeah. And let the record show we're still on very different levels.
You'll never get up to me.
No, I'm in like elementary school.
But not
You're
in a
like
negative way.
No, it's just who we are.
It's who we are. I'm very sexual.
Yeah.
I like it dark.
Yeah.
I like it rough. Morgan's just like here to have fun. You know what I mean?
In every sense of the word.
And
always.
I feel like I'm good at like seeing that.
No, 100%. Oh yeah, you know
because
me.
Callie's like a second away from being rough.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'll ever get there, but I will lead her to the water.
Yeah.
Let her drink. See what she says.
Yeah. And we'll just see.
You know?
Yeah, if she spits it out, who's to say?
I'll be there.
Yeah, you'll be there to see her.
And it's kinky either way.
Yeah. And I'll just be in the safari boat, just like, what y'all doing?
All right, we have time for one more.
Okay, one more.
And by time, I mean we're way over, but I want you to do one
But
more.
who cares?
Right.
Okay, well, let me just say really quickly that this was another honorary mention. But I feel like it's worth saying that ACOTAR
for both of us.
I feel like that needs to be
for our
said.
friend group.
Yeah, that needs to be said.
What does ACOTAR mean?
A Court of Thorns and Roses
by
Sarah J. Maas.
Yes.
It is a series of books. It's 5 books.
5 books so far.
More to come. I'm sure you probably saw it on Book Talk or Instagram or wherever they were. I feel like it was huge the last couple of years.
Yep.
I was never a fantasy girl ever. Okay, I need you to hear me say that. I would laugh in the face of anyone who said that I needed to read a fantasy or even watch fantasy. Like that's just not my world.
Yeah.
Well, Hayden was reading these books. And
it had me by the throat.
Had her by the throat.
Still does.
And she was like talking, and I will say, like, she was really starting to sell me on it. Like, I was like, okay, like, I like, she knows me well enough to know, like, if I'm gonna like something or not.
You're gonna give Callie credit here, and I'm
gonna give you both.
This hurts.
She knows this.
This hurts.
But here's what you need to know. I know this hurts.
This hurts deep.
But Callie. Yeah. But here's the thing about
who's not a fantasy girl.
Yeah, she's not a fantasy girl. Because here's the thing about Hayden, okay?
Can't wait.
She has nerd in her. Okay?
And Morgan's been bullying me since the beginning.
And I don't. Seen it. That's the thing. She's the nerd. I'm the bully.
I'm the nerd because there's always a hot guy that's a nerd.
And I love that for you. I'm not going to be fooled. I'm just not. And so I'm like, sure, okay, whatever. Like, I just am not into it. So anyways, So, but I know this about her, and so it's like, I'm like, I hear you, and I believe you, but like, am I going to fully go into this? I don't know. Well, Callie's not a fantasy girl at all. I feel like she's maybe even further from fantasy than I am.
I agree, because you're married to Clay.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can get there.
Clay's a dungeon master.
Yes. Like, he is Dungeons and Dragons nerd herd. Like, you've never seen it before.
Yep.
And Callie starts reading it, and she's like blown away. Like, she's like, I cannot stop.
It is an excellent gateway drug into fantasy.
Absolutely. I start.
Yep.
There's a photo we'll post. I'm wearing this exact same
by the throat.
I'm wearing this exact same sweatsuit.
Yep.
The end of book 2, I'm sorry. I am sobbing on the couch.
Yep.
Like freaking out because I'm like,
yep.
What's happening? What is going on? Like, I am reading this and freaking out all in the same moment.
Yep.
And I remember texting them, or Clay was live texting them my reactions.
Yeah.
Like, she is literally freaking out. She's crying. Like,
tell them our group. Okay, tell them the name of our group.
The name of our group message is called Akabab.
Which means what?
A quart of books and booze.
Yes.
Because we love books and we love booze.
We do. And who all's in it?
It's me, you, Clay, Michael, Callie, Derek.
So it's 3 couples.
Yes. And we started this group because we were all reading these books at the same time.
Yeah.
Different books all at different times, but husbands were in it. Like, we were.
It was really fun.
It was really fun. All 6 of us were reading it at the same time, and we decided to do a. We literally called it, or I called it Nerd Night because I couldn't believe myself.
A PowerPoint night.
But we decided to do a fan casting PowerPoint night where we dressed up.
If you are looking to see mine, I will happily share it with you. I spent 6 months on it.
And hers was really good. Mine was really good too. Unfortunately, mine died with my old work account.
And it did.
So she's gone forever. Yeah. But I'll tell you this. Resand is Jacob Elordi, and this bitch is going to try and tell you he's not, and he is.
Yep.
He is. Without a beard. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep.
But Jacob Elordi is Resand, and I won't hear anything about it. I won't hear anything about it.
Jacob Elordi is the adder.
You are...
Jacob Elordi's a piece of shit.
Cold take alert. Cold take alert.
Not true.
Cold take alert. That's a new thing that we're going to start. Cold take alert. When you have a freezing cold take.
No, we need to talk about the things that we're going to start saying.
Okay, start off.
Cold take is a hilarious one. Love that.
The
second one is not my target audience.
True. Which I've already been throwing out this week.
I love. Okay, so the concept is, okay, if you don't laugh at my joke, you're not my target audience.
You're not my target audience. You just don't get it. It is what it is.
Not my target audience.
You're not my audience.
Like, I'm going to say it to your face, like, you're not my audience.
You're not my audience.
The other one, and this, I'm going to give
And you may have been, but you didn't just laugh, and so you're not my audience anymore.
Correct.
Yeah.
This one I'm going to give credit to Jayla to. This is so funny. Okay, I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to explain it. Okay, like, we're talking about somebody, and they're giving me the ick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, oh yeah, they like them cold.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is they're what is the word?
You said it earlier. It's crazy.
I know.
It starts with an N. Narcoleptic or something like that.
And that's not it.
So about the SAT.
Someone who has sex with a dead body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Necrophiliac.
I think that's, that sounds like.
Okay, so when you say to someone, oh, that bitch likes them cold, it is high insult.
Yeah,
like,
high
you're
offense.
so gross.
Yes. Big
like
ick.
Fuck
like
people cold.
An ick that you could never get over.
So there's 3 things that we need to add to your vernacular. The first is, oh, that bitch likes them cold.
Yeah.
No explanation necessary. Like, just say it and let people wonder.
Yeah.
Second is, I just said them and I forgot them.
Cold take.
Oh, cold take. Hilarious.
And then not my target audience.
Not my target audience.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You need to start using that in your everyday vernacular.
Yeah. Vernacular. Good word.
Thank you.
Shot.
Yeah. Shot.
Okay, so was that your final?
I think, so what I was going to say was when I became a reader / when I got a Kindle.
Yeah.
Is really what it is.
Yeah.
Which, again, you've heard about it, but it changed my life becoming a reader.
And also Meg Livingston changed your life.
changed my life. And so...
We need to email these podcasts directly to her.
We really do.
To make sure she listens.
100%.
We talk about her so much.
I mean, honestly. And I'm like, girlfriend, we need to just be friends at this point. Like,
yeah.
you just need to call me. But
we should invite her to something.
Our live show. I would love nothing more. She's our first guest.
Live show.
I would literally fall over dead.
It's just Meg Livingston and us.
Literally, audience of 3, all I need.
Sold.
The 3 of us are the audience.
It's an audience of
and
1,
the
but
host.
it's fine.
I love it. I can't wait.
Got it.
No, I'm in.
Perfect.
No, becoming a reader absolutely changed my life.
I
saw
would say
this
that's
clip.
for sure a canon event. That's a canon event for me. You becoming a reader is a canon event for me.
Yeah, because it changed the atmosphere.
The dynamic of all of our friend group changed.
100%.
And I love it so deeply.
Yeah, no, I agree. I saw this clip from Caleb Heron, my favorite podcaster, or one of my favorites, talking to this girl, and they were talking about how she's neurodivergent, and he was like, "Oh, tell me, like what happened to you? What's wrong with you, basically?"
Right. Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, I'm ADHD," and he was like, "Oh, okay, so like." Basically nothing, and they he hawed about it, and she makes this like very quick comment, and she's like, "Yeah, I mean, there was just like 6 years where I didn't read a book," and he was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And
you're like, "I've never related to it."
Literally, and he's like putting on this joke about how like ADHD is nothing, like everyone's got to chill out, like it's not stage 4 cancer, which is hilarious bit.
That is a great bit.
Oh, it's perfect. But then she says that, and he's like, "Actually, you just changed my mind. Like, we need to do some more studies on this." And I was like, "No, Caleb, you don't understand. I went 18 years.
Wait, do you think you have ADHD?
Absolutely. Look at my life."
No, yeah. Now that it's all coming together.
It's like everything about me makes a lot of sense now.
It's all coming together.
Literally, she texted me. She was like, "Hey, I'm running a little late. Like, don't rush over here." Bitch, I was already 20 minutes late. Like,
which I knew that was for me to get her even more late. Like,
yeah, like I was like,
I knew that her late wasn't gonna get wasn't
gonna be late enough.
Wasn't gonna be late enough, so I needed her to be later.
Yeah, no, she said.
And now the only thing is, I wish you had got me some chicken fries.
Yeah, and that's on me.
We can still DoorDash them.
True. The night is young.
Okay, that is canon events. We went long, but you love it, so shut up.
Yeah.
Second of all, that was first of all. Second of all, have you tried caviar? Because it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Now going to become my whole personality.
Yep.
Third of all,
we warned you.
Please tell us your canon events. Like,
I need to know.
If you want to know about Draco and Hermione, like where to start your journey, give me a call.
Yep.
If you want our fan cast, give us a call for Avatar.
Yes, because I could like list them. I could tell you who they were. I just can't show you.
I also want to know, like, do you guys want a Taylor Swift episode? Because I think we could talk about Taylor Swift the whole time.
Absolutely.
But is that like just niche to us, or is that like a normal thing?
I think it's both and, but I think we just want to hear from you.
We need your feedback, and if you say no, that's fine.
We make it fun though. You know this.
But if you want it, you got to tell us.
Yeah.
I think that's it. What do we do this week, Morgan?
Well,
here we go.
I'll go ahead and tell you. We're gonna scorch the earth.